Yesterday, well, let me back up a little bit. I get into periods, not infrequently, where I get so overwhelmed by what's happening in the external world or by, my own, whatever's going on in my immediate life or both, that I get in such a state of fear. I guess it's fear, or just feeling powerless. I'll sit in the corner, metaphorically speaking, and just go for the easy distraction. I'll just watch TV so I don't have to think about what's happening in my life. And so yesterday I was doing this, and I watched the old version of Great Expectations, which is a Dickens story. And it was an old black and white movie, beautifully made, amazing story, the gist of which is there's a character named Miss Havisham who was jilted on her wedding day. She was all decked out in her bridal gown, and the fellow didn't show up. So she stopped the clocks, and thenceforward, she stayed in her bridal outfit. The cake moldering on the table, mice running in and out of it, and she proceeded to raise up a daughter that she kind of trained to be a heartbreaker because she wanted to see this happen to somebody else. So this kind of contagion of hurt and thinking that she would feel better by watching somebody else in pain. So she, learns about and brings into her circle a young guy named Pip. I mean, he's a kid. He comes to her when he's about 7. And she has this little girl she's also brought into her life for the express purpose of breaking a boy's heart. And the stopped clocks and the whole, it's the idea of, getting stuck in a place where you're jilted. And this was somebody who didn't deal with it well. End of the movie, turns out okay. Love prevails, but boy, is it challenged. And so weirdly enough, at the end of this movie, this old black and white, I did feel better. Because in a way, there's something about this story that really resonated. The stopping of the clocks, the rotting of the cake, the refusal to move on from that moment in time. And this woman, Miss Havisham, let it define her for the rest of her life. Which ended tragically. The boy and the girl, grown up, were able to rescue love and affection and Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. That can be a new beginning, a new offer, a lesson. It's in Pentacles energy, so it has to do with something tangible. She's like part of the woods around her. You can see the leaves and the vines are also tattooed. It's time. Tattooed on her arms. It's not quite Miss Havisham in the wedding dress, but it has a hint of that, except it's somebody emerging from that solitary place. Time has passed, but somehow this person has been protected. Knight of Pentacles. Well, growth has happened. Knight of Pentacles is a trustworthy energy, but it's very slow. The lesson might have come slowly. A love comes slow and it goes so fast. I think that's a Passenger. Great, great tune. Don't know you love her till you let her go, and you let her go. What happened? Well, Knight of Cups. Coming into this Pentacles person who's not moving, you know, and not in the sense of stubborn. It's not like the time stopped for Miss Haversham. This person has been living their life, you know, grounded, authentic, slow, step by step, and in comes love on the move. This guy's horse is tired. This guy's horse is a unicorn. So there's something fantastical about this offer. The helmet looks to me like Mercury, Hermes, that messenger that, you know, comes into, okay. Tell me about, I mean, we have sort of the same symbol or similar symbol. It goes this way on the board. The symbol there and the symbol on the shield. The earth energy person is emerging after, you know, a time apart, coming back into life, tired and kind of guarded. Meanwhile, there's something about the other person that's fantastical. Under Princess of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. I think after all this time, the earth energy person has invested in themselves, you know, and managed to break a pattern. 9 of Wands can be the pattern. And found a kind of middle ground in between these, the black dog and the white dog, the two apparent opposites. The two apparent opposites, sun, moon. Black, white. They found the middle path, which isn't a compromise. It's a balanced energy. And I think this is a little bit of a challenge, this love offer after all this time. And it might be this earth energy person has worked hard and got tired. Trying to maintain that balance, and in comes this unstabilizing, I mean, Knight of Cups, I don't usually read that way, so let's see what's going on. 9 of Wands, 2 of Wands. That's a choice about how to move forward. And it does, again, look like the middle path. This one's faced with a decision. You know, which way do I go? But there's some emphasis on the path of happiness. Learning how to discern, the right isn't quite right, but it's an intuitive, balanced, but slow forward movement. And I'd like to know, Knight of Cups, are you a destabilizing energy? Well, no, not really. 8 of Wands. It's about communication. It's picking a path where there's conversation back and forth that gets to the heart of something, right? It's almost like a bullseye. Like a bullseye. Not really straightforward, but with confidence, certain, having achieved some kind of balance, having learned the lesson, having broken a pattern. I don't think the conversation is destabilizing. On 9 of Wands, Hermit. No. Having been through it, the 9 card, achieving some kind of insight into oneself over time. The 9 card in Major Arcana, the Hermit. A card of enlightenment. A card of walking the path. The path. The middle path. The middle way. In Buddhism, that's the challenge, or that's the aspiration, is to find the middle way. And it's a spiritual path. Tell us more about the conversation. Another 9. Somebody's been through it. I mean, these could be the 2 people. But this is a whole lot of questions that are disturbing, that have gone unanswered, that made somebody feel nuts. And again, sort of at the center of the questions, this web of confusion, at the very center is the butterfly. The main question may be, how do we transform? Go inside. Get centered. Get to know yourself. 3 9 cards. Move through the fear. Make a choice that's inspiring and creative, that breaks the pattern. And the only thing we can really focus on is our pattern. What causes us, even if it's somebody else who's done it the same way again and again and we're frustrated, it's on us to choose whether or not to, it's almost like peel off from that trajectory. There's a movie called The Blues Brothers where it's these 2 blues musicians who go to help a friend. And they keep saying, in this dilapidated car, I mean, it's Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi, and, they're kind of nuts. But one question, they say, we're on a mission from God. We're on a mission from God. The idea of your mission, your purpose, why you're here. And we're not here for one purpose, but there is a kind of way that we can fulfill our own, the path, the direction toward our own true self. Which gets redefined moment to moment. But I think this conversation brings us out of fear, 9 of Swords, into some kind of, it gets to the point. How How does it get to the point on Page of Pentacles? Page of Wands. A lot of fire energy here. Earth energy and fire energy. A little bit of feelings, a little bit of fear. Gets to the point. This is a quick, inspirational, sometimes kind of reckless energy, and again with the unicorn. I'm hearing old 80s song, Too Much, The Magic Bus. There's also Magical Mystery Tour. Lots of messenger energy here, 2 Knights. You know, the earth energy person, after all this time, may have developed their own sense of direction. They don't want extremes anymore. They're trying to not be thrown off their center, perhaps by somebody else's erratic behavior. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the Prince of Wands. Page of Wands. More like an invitation to go this way. You know, it's Leo energy. It's action taking. It's inspired. It's creative. It's a bit. I think it's still a bit reckless or a bit fantastical. Knight of Cups. Oh, I don't believe it. Knight of Swords. All these court cards. You know, this is the energies of people in 3D. This one's coming in with something to say. And it's emphatic. It's a little bit kind of, listen to me. I've got something to say. And this person's coming in very emphatic, but they're in fact almost in panic attack about the idea of change. This butterfly in the background. And the butterfly is like a kiss away from getting caught in the web of fear. The web of patterns. On 2 of Wands, this choice of direction. Oh, I love that. Judgment. That's a card of reconciliation, rebirth, forgiveness, new life. In traditional Rider-Waite, the people coming out of the coffin on the day of reckoning. And this middle path is now the rainbow. On to the next thing, the new life, the next chapter. Death and rebirth. That complete transformation that we saw somebody thinking about here with a great deal of self-doubt. But on the deepest level, there's a lot of acceptance. The path to reunion, the spiritual path to new life. Maybe the end of fear, the end of imbalance. It's taken a long time, whatever this is. And then there's this sudden communication. Knight of Swords, 8 of Wands. On Knight of Pentacles, the slow-moving earth energy, 8 of Cups. This could be a card of moving on, but it looks here to me of resurfacing. Some kind of emotion resurfacing. That same rainbow image, and they're right above one another. Goes like this. You know, the promise of something better in the realm of love and feelings. It may seem a bit, you know, like a, can this be true? But this person's coming in with some kind of truth. Yes, it can be true. Or they think it can be true, sword energy. I think they want a loving reconciliation, but they're talking about it in a kind of a cold way. You know, I figured this out, and I want to tell you right now, you know, a little bit mansplaining. I want to tell you right now, I love you, or I want to tell you something about this love offer you've extended to me. And it's almost like this person wants to address their own fear and their own fearful patterns. But it's a little bit like blaming the person they love for their fear. It's like, thanks a lot. You extended love to me, and I'm actually, it makes all these emotions resurface. And the possibility for new life on the surface. You know, emotions that have been suppressed. But then there's this lively back and forth conversation that gets to the heart of something. Is this the heart of something? Yeah, heart of something. Another 9. 9 of Pentacles. So we have 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. The one missing is 9 of Cups. Somebody who's established a life over time for themselves. It's a card of the single person, the I. And it might be this person who's single and got a kind of stable life where they've taken care of themselves for a long time. And this love offer comes in. Or this ability, or this attempt to explain love. I want to tell you all about it. I don't know, there's something a little bit off-putting. It doesn't throw this earth energy person off their path, off their life. It doesn't disrupt their life. You know, they're peaceful. They have the dove right in their hand. And also this quite formidable spirit animal that's helping to stabilize them. Rue, Queen of Pentacles. I'll say stabilize them. We got that combo, I think it was yesterday, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Pretty much the same energy, except this usually has a suggestion of the life partner, the mother, the mature one. It's certainly somebody who doesn't limit their care or their attention to just their own life. It's sort of the life of everybody around me. I mean, I think this person may have had some intent to destabilize. A little bit pissed that this earth energy person is not in a flap. That's not to say they might not have been in a flap. They might have been like this. Why did this happen to me? To me, the 9 card. Something that blocked thoughts, that blocked my transformation. Something that was ignited in me about an uncertainty. But the earth energy person has regained their footing, their ground, their stability, reclaimed their own life. Walking a middle path, a spiritual path. 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. They broke a pattern. Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. That can be a card of deception, of illusion. And it's a little bit like the unicorn. It's the mystical stag. But I like it in the sense that, to me, in this particular deck, it, sorry, why does that always happen about this far in and throat chakra closes? Oh, I know why. Okay. Belief is called into question. It's a little bit like the mystical stag is very elusive. You can't really find it. You see it and then it's gone. You don't know if it's illusion or reality. And if you give chase, it can lead you, kind of into the woods. In the course of finding your way out of the woods, you find your way into the enlightened place. So you can light the path for other people. You help people somehow distinguish between, and I'm hearing not so much illusion as elusive. Now you see it, now you don't. This mystical, mythic energy. And when I choked, there it was, devil. That's like somebody choking on their words, or also I get the image of like when I don't really know baseball that well, but it's, you choke the bat, you hold it, you don't take the wild swing, you bunt, you surprise somebody with there's also like you're getting ready to do something and you choke. Getting ready to say something and the throat chakra closes up. Maybe somebody was ready to make a love offer and they choked. And they couldn't even speak about it at the time. But now they're ready to come back and say something. Perhaps about the lies they told. This earth energy person. Because they were afraid. They held back, they choked. And it gave the other person, the earth energy person, it was actually a good thing, because it gave them the space to walk a different path, a path of truth, you know. They didn't chase this character into the woods where there was nothing but confusion, really. And a kind of hidden hurt. They didn't go in pursuit of this person that may have had a hidden hurt. What did they do? Oh yeah, devil. Well, it was a codependent pattern, because the devil could mean that too, repeating the same thing over and over again, with some expectation that it will be a different outcome. Choosing a new way, the way of light, the way of inspiration, the way of creativity, letting some submerged emotion come to the surface. The rainbow, and here we do have either a moon image over here, or the eclipsed sun. Coming into some kind of prismatic brightness after this time in the dark. And maybe there was a need for shadow work, because somebody had either just escaped, run off without an explanation, but with a kind of chase me, you know, I'm the elusive dream. It's an unhealthy way of relating, perhaps between these two. And it's earth energy, in the energy of Hermit, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. It takes a long time to break a pattern. You know, it takes a long time to establish the pattern. You're doing something again and again and again, and it's like you run a neural path that isn't healthy. So there's a lot of shadow work that was done in all this time apart. I think the earth energy person walked this new path, this spiritual path, away from a codependent relationship that actually kept these two in separation. You know, because it was codependent. It weighed them both down. It kind of was fed by old, established neural pathways. You know, the old ways of thinking. And now there's a conversation that gets to the heart of it. A willingness to work with shadow. King of Wands. King of Wands, Two of Wands, Eight of Wands. Somebody's wanting to connect in a way that's not toxic. And I'm not sure it's the same person, but it might be, and they might have broken a pattern. A pattern of being elusive, a pattern of bouncing, a pattern of escaping from somebody they held in high esteem and trusted. Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. They witnessed this person live their lives, you know, and they may have been somehow kind of spying on them. Is this the same person? I mean, I think it is, because it's the other court card. Somebody's come into their power. Power over a toxic relationship. Power to light up what was in shadow. And it's gone from Prince of Wands to King of Wands, a great growth spurt out of some place where they were stuck a long time. I think they didn't want to be there, but they felt trapped somehow. Up in their own heads, a lot of overthinking, and then suddenly this fire energy of life force, you know, I'm not going to be frozen here in this kind of fetal stillbirth. I'm going to live. I want to live. Who says that? Oh, it's Jimmy Stewart and It's a Wonderful Life. That's really kind of this. It's a wonderful life. Wands energy, life force energy. I want to live. He says that he's at the point of feeling suicidal because he's lost his money. He just feels trapped. He feels trapped. So he goes to a bridge and he's getting ready to jump in, and an angel comes in. And offers new life. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live. True that. The Ace card. You know, in alignment with life force. I once had a teacher who paid me the best compliment that I may have ever got on a book, because it was a book in progress, and I was getting a lot of grief about it. And this guy said, "It's all life, and I'm on that side." And he happened to be at death's door at that point. He was in his last semester in school as a teacher, and in his last semester of life. And he liked the chaos of this book because it was all life. He said, my life and my fiction writing has, you know, it's down to one character. It's down to one character. But that's the truth I'll operate, you know, that's what I recognize and want to move toward. Wands energy, move toward it. You know, making some choice to summon my curiosity and my power and move toward life, toward resurfacing, toward breaking a pattern. I'm ready. And I asked, is this one person? And I got the one card. Somebody has been willing to kind of reclaim their power after a long time caught in devil energy, fear, or whatever it was that held this person back. And there was kind of a contagion. I mean, not that it's all somebody's fault, but it certainly slowed the other person down. But that slowing down allowed them some kind of stabilizing energy after this. Now you see me, now you don't. So they've gone from the lie, Seven of Swords, this kind of escapism, to here I am. Ace of Swords, alive and well. You know, I've somehow worked it out. I found the middle path. Undergone some kind of spiritual transformation. Their paths will cross. We keep getting that image. There's some sort of reunion or reconciliation, a forgiveness. And Queen of Pentacles is, you know, Queen of Pentacles, Hermit, has such a deep understanding of themselves that they understand other people. They kind of can intuit the patterns that somebody held. But they held their ground. They weren't like they did not chase. They didn't enter into this other person's in their head illusion. They held their ground. They walked their path. And it led them to the heart of things. Cups energy. You know, look at the way this person is embracing it. Same gesture, embracing it. Like, bring it. New life, I'm down with that. Knight of Pentacles, I want to live. I want to live. Is it on the split? Okay. Queen of Wands. I want to live, I want to live. A match for the king. You know, Queen of Wands, like, totally doesn't chase. They're, you know, they're living a kind of, from their own intuition. That's how they make decisions, Two of Wands. They head toward the light. It's a very optimistic energy. So it's both grounded and inspired, creative and all about the truth. Walking their own path. King and Queen of Wands. I mean, that pairing is not this pairing. I think both parties worked on shadow energy, and the earth energy person, their shadow may have been their patience, their willingness to wait, to hold space for somebody. Is it this? Queen of Cups. Well, we're working on Empress energy here. Do we have a Page of Cups? No, we had Knight of Cups and now Queen of Cups. This Divine Feminine has really, it's almost like branched out into creative endeavors, into kind of plumbing the depths of her emotional life and resurfacing for this new life, this second chance, this reconciliation. Evidently, with this confused, kind of maybe angry sword energy person. And they were angry because they were afraid. And there was something in Queen of Pentacles' life that they perceived as a threat. They were afraid of her. Him, her, switch the genders around. But we have a match on the board. Heading in the same direction. Hierophant. And there's that bullseye image again, the center of the labyrinth, finding yourself, channeling higher power. It can also be a card of spiritual marriage or like a high level of commitment. And we have again the rainbow image. We've seen it in Judgment card, the new life, the promise of new life. Higher power kind of endorsing this. We have it in the Judgment card. Welcoming something with open arms. And the dove here again, that was in 9 of Pentacles. This is earth energy as well, and spiritual energy. It's a card of Taurus. That's the garbage truck. Is there one more? Is there one more? Is it on the split? Is it not here? Ace of Wands. Damn, Sam. The new beginning, the fiery new beginning, the new direction for King and Queen of Wands. It's almost like somebody has recognized sword energy, the illusion. You know, recognized what the lie was. What kept them stuck. And I think the earth energy person, for a time, was stuck in the illusion. And I don't really know what their illusion was. Maybe the idea that they could somehow mother this other person. And Queen of Wands isn't it mothery energy? It's like I'm heading my own way. I have my own sense of direction. But it leads again, this crossing of the paths. Conversations will be held. Conversations that clarify deceptions or lies or illusions, self-deceptions. Queen of Pentacles may have had a lot of illusions about their own stability. Like they thought that this other person, this relationship, would stabilize them, but it didn't. In the past, it created this kind of stuckness. Almost like a self-sacrifice. I'll be stuck here with you until you're not afraid anymore. And you can't, at least in this instance, like love somebody out of their trauma and their fear and their destructive tendencies. So there's great forward movement here and a renewal of life force and the both sides of this Wands energy. The action side and the intuitive side. The I'll do it and the come to me attractive side. We have on the board Virgo and the Hermit. Taurus in Hierophant, the ability to channel, the ability to walk the spiritual path, the middle path, not the path of extremes. That's what Devil is. And there was some, right? I couldn't talk. Now there's the ability to see the truth and speak the truth. Devil is Capricorn energy. Judgment, some people see as Scorpio. It's definitely new life and renewal and full spectrum a willingness to see and be seen. Taurus in Hierophant, Virgo in Hermit. And I think that's it. Yeah, there's been a lot of time, but there's a kind of sudden bit of information or word that is said that's very clarifying, that indicates, yes, I'm a clear channel now. I'm a clear channel. A clear channel. I think it really is a higher level spiritual commitment, as some sort of spiritual marriage between both sides of the self and between these two people. It's new, it's refreshed, it's new life, and it leads somewhere. It leads somewhere. It leads right to the center. It gets to the center of things. And it's been a circuitous, it's been like a maze to work out, to recognize the pattern and do something about it, one's energy. 2 aces, cards of new beginning. Judgment, card of new life. And of course, we've run the battery down because we've gone an hour. Talk about taking a long time to get there in a circuitous road. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here with love to you guys. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for everything. Thanks for watching, being here. Like it, share it, view it. Come back. I'll be here. I hope to see you again. Okay.